Good morning. This is something a little bit different. Hopefully I've labeled it correctly and put it in the correct playlist so you don't stumble across this by accident. But here's the warning, here's the disclaimer. This is not a treasure hunting video, okay? So if you're watching this video looking for clues for There's Treasure Inside by JCB, John Collins Black, or if you're looking for my latest hunt, Essays Quest 2, looking for clues in this video has nothing to do with those two treasure hunts or quests. This video has nothing to do with any other treasure hunt or quest that I know of. So just full disclaimer out there. This is just me doing what I do, hearing something, getting an idea, and trying to pursue that to the best of my ability. And so this is something a little different. Just be forewarned. It's not going to be normal treasure hunting. So again, if you're watching this video, you stumbled across it looking for clues, looking for that, this is not that. All right, so disclaimer over. Let's go ahead and get into it. At an early age, I would say 7 or 8, I think 6, 7, 8, somewhere around there. I heard a voice in my head. And we're already starting out great. And as I get older, I heard that other people have what they call internal monologue and all that. Some people don't. But me hearing it, I started, I don't think I responded right away, but I started to answer the voice in my head. It would ask questions, it would do that. Then as I got older, I grew up in church, so, learned about God, learned about, the Holy Ghost, learned about, then going to school, we learned about, psychology, the inner man, inner monologues, we learned about, conscience, that people also have, a lot of fancy words for it. I'm not a theologian, I'm not a psychologist, just a dude who works at a warehouse and puts on treasure hunts in his spare time, all right? So here's just what I've come to deal with. 37 years old, I think that's correct, 37. I've been doing to the best I can, following the voice in my head. When it asks questions, sometimes I try to answer. When it tells me to do something, sometimes I try to do it. I don't do it perfectly. And my life's worked out pretty good. So I don't really see any reason to stop. It's been going this far. I'm going to keep doing that, all right? So this whole little video came about, I would say the idea for it maybe a month, maybe like 2 weeks ago. I was deep in JCB, John Collins Black's book, There's Treasure Inside. I got my graph paper, I got my notes, got my pen, got my paper. And man, I've been sitting at the kitchen table and like in a couple hours have flown by. And you just heard that voice, hadn't heard it in a while, just kind of popped up and said, what you doing? I answered right away. I learned it's better to answer than to try to stay silent. So I said, reading the book. Who wrote it? JCB, John Collins Black. And that was all it took. And then I got it. I think I got it. Similar to, so what I got out of that was I'd been spending a lot of my time, most of my time, just obsessing and poring over this treasure book. For a lot of reasons I can justify to myself. And I didn't stop. I'm still doing that today. Maybe just not as much time. And so, I call that voice God. I may not seem super religious, and I don't even think I am. I mean, heck, I'm not even in church most Sundays because I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I try to take a few days off here and there, go to a few services, but I think I have a relationship. I would say I do. So again, this isn't, this is not coming from one super spiritual dude who has all the answers, right? This is just me, Este, Froggy on Discord, Esteban, just putting out a video because that's what I felt like to do, and that's what I'm going to do, and we'll see what happens, all right? So, again, the point was, I've been spending all this time up in this book written by a man, a dude, all right, who puts his pant legs on one leg at a time, just like me. When I believe, I know, there's another book written by a man, written by Christ, the Almighty, all-powerful, supreme being in the universe, came down, wrapped up in flesh, man, had his words put together, and is in almost, I don't know, like 70% of households. You can get it on the internet for free. And that's been sitting, dusty on a shelf and upstairs under some ugly sweaters that don't fit. And when was the last time, I really cracked it open and got into it? All right, so that was kind of a point, just a little wake-up call. So, couple days go by, a week or two go by, I change. I start reading the Bible more, getting into it, being more intentional with my time spent communicating with God. And then heard the voice again. I don't know, it was at night. Was I going to sleep? I was either going to sleep or just waking up. One of those. And it was kind of, this time wasn't a question. Most of the time it's questions. I don't know. For me, most of the time the voice was a question. But this time it was a statement. I didn't call you to be an influencer. You weren't put on this earth to be a YouTuber. I knew that. I was under no delusion that I was going to be. I'm trying to think of a YouTuber right now in my head who has like a clean history, clean past, because so many of the other ones have come out with allegations, proven or unproven, I don't know, but because I watched part of the fight the other day, I'll just throw his name out there, Jake Paul. I was under no delusion that I was going to be the next Jake Paul. I had no, I don't know, secretly, full disclosure, maybe I'd admit that, hey, this was a nice break to my normal 9 to 5, and maybe this could make some money on the side. If it does, if it doesn't, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not the most experienced guy in the world, but I'm in my late 30s, 37, and following the voice, following God 90% of my life, most of the time. I get it wrong sometimes, but I think I'm doing okay. Roof over my head, clothes that mostly fit if I don't eat too much, food in the fridge, car that runs, beautiful, amazing, loving wife, friends, family, health, good health, and nothing really to complain about. And I credit most of that to, just doing what I'm supposed to do. And so I lost my train of thought already. All right, we'll start at time, because that was how I did write some notes down. I did have some notes, something prepared. I knew that I was going to do this, and it starts out about time, but I started out a different way. So now we're getting back to time. You can consider that the introduction. Time is the most valuable thing that we have. I think most of us could agree. Believe in God, don't believe in God. The atheists all the way out to the Pope. Time. I think most of them would agree that what's the most valuable thing on this earth is time. You can't get more of it. You can't make it. I was at a meeting recently where the guy leading it said, "I'm going to give you some time back by letting us out early." And that was kind of interesting thought that stuck in my head, giving someone their time back, and how it was considered. I know how he meant it as a good gesture. Hey, your time is valuable. I'm cutting this meeting short, and I'm giving you your time back. But time is the most valuable thing we have, all right? I'm deep in this treasure hunt, trying to find 5 boxes spread across the U.S. with gold, valuable Jordan rookie cards, Pokemon cards, all kinds of jewels, gems, interesting bits of Americana history. I'm deep in that. I participated in another treasure hunt that had, gold coins in a jar in the forest. Those are all valuable. Myself humbly put one little gold coin out there for people to find. But time is Bitcoin. There's a Bitcoin in the hunt I'm doing now, not the one that I put on, but the one I'm trying to find. And Bitcoin broke 100,000 recently. who knows where it's going to go, to the moon. But time is the most valuable thing that we have. You can't make more of it. And everyone is, here's what makes it fun, if you can say fun. Everyone has a set amount from the moment they're born. You don't know how much that is. I don't know how much that is. But everyone has a set amount. So it's like you're playing this game with a wallet that has money in, and you don't know how much money is in the wallet. You just have to go to the store. Hey, you want this? Can you buy it? I think I can. Pull money out, not even looking in the wallet. Oh, yeah, I have enough. There you go. Until one day, something comes up. Hey, it costs whatever. You reach in the wallet, and it's empty. There's no more time, and then you're gone. So we're all playing this game called life with a wallet that, we can't look into, and we don't know how much money's in there. And so that's what time is, man. That's how much we have. And it's so, Apple does this wonderful thing, I'll call it. It's a slap in the face at certain points in my life where I think it's weekly, and it might even be on Sundays. How poetic. I don't know what day it comes out on. They'll put out a, hey, here's how much time you spent looking at the screen this week. And man, I remember when that first came out, I remember when I got it my first time, I was like, I think I was doing pretty good in life. I think I was exercising, eating healthy, doing all the things you're supposed to do. And, it was still a high amount. I thought, I don't know, it was like 7 or 8 hours. I was like, oh, that seems like a lot. And I remember other times in my life where, I'm almost embarrassed to say on camera how much it said, this is how much time you spent this week. I know during the first treasure hunt that I was taking a part in, the one in New England, Project Skydrop, I'm embarrassed to say, but hey, you're anonymous. I'm not anonymous. I'm putting it out there on the internet. I think it was over 40 hours a week. That's like a full-time job I think I spent staring at that screen. And maybe a fraction was for work and a fraction was for other legitimate purposes. But most of it was obsessing over maps, clues, weather data, trying to find out about the creator, chatting with other treasure hunters. Oh man, so hey, thanks Apple for that nicely reminder once a week. And people can turn it off if you want to hide from it. But let me go back to my notes. See, this is why I wrote notes, because I do find myself going down rabbit holes and treasure hunts in life. All right, so time, right? It's the most valuable thing that we have. Brings me to my next point, relationships. And I didn't come up with this phrase. I read it in a book somewhere, or heard it in a movie or something. But I like the analogy. Relationships are like plants, right? And time is the water. And you have to spend time, you got to water these plants. I've got a few relationships with some good military buddies that, man, I might text them once every few months. And that's all they need. I mean, they're cactuses. Our relationship is a cactus. I mean, I know 100% if there was money on the line, if I call, they're going to pick up. Or if I need them to do something, they're going to come through if it's within their means. Because, I don't know, I didn't think that deep about it. I didn't go down this road when I was writing these notes. But because of the early time we spent, the intense bond, camaraderie, whatever you want to call it, of time spent close together for a long time. But yeah, so low maintenance, right? Great guys, all of them. Other relationships, if I just texted my wife every few months, sent her a meme once a month, I don't think she would stay with me very long. And she would be well within her right, by all means. Because I would be a terrible partner, terrible husband. And so, there's a scale, and the more you value relationship, I wrote this down. This is a good point. You can spend, you know what someone values by what they spend their money on, right? You go over someone's house, they've got collector Lego sets all over. Hey, they spend a bunch of money on it. That's what they value. You go over someone's house, they got fine art on the walls. As my friend James like to say, they have a, what's his name? A Basquiat? I forgot. Some crazy rich, pricey artwork. Anyways, you go to someone's house, they have this pricey artwork on the wall. All right, they value art. All right, that's what they spend their money on. All right. You can tell what a person truly values in life, by what they spend their time on. Hey, someone that exercises all the time, they value health, they value fitness. You can tell by looking at them. You can tell when they post how much hours they spend at the gym, all right? Hey, good on them, man. That's good. I think we should take care of ourselves. Um, someone who works all the time. Hey, they're very industrious, good solid work ethic. They value either getting ahead or whatever field their work is in, they value it. So what you spend your time on is really what you value. And the relationships you spend the most time on is the ones that you value the most. All right. Again, I'm not doing this perfectly. I haven't in the past. I'm still not perfect. I would say I kind of like where I am now. I like the path that I'm on now. I'm spending more time than I have in a while building my relationship with God. All right. I feel that. But I can't always say I've done that perfectly. I mean, I've been working this weekend schedule for a long time. I mean, I had a job where I traveled for a bit. I mean, there was a good period of time where I didn't go to church, and not saying that church is where you spend time with God, but I wasn't reading the Bible. I wasn't answering that little voice inside of me. I was shutting it down. Be quiet. Question would pop up. Turn the music up. Forget that. A thought would pop into my head that, and I think we can tell what thoughts are ours and what thoughts aren't. Thought would pop in my head. I don't want to deal with that right now, man. Just, again, I'm pretty open about my past. I'm not going to say I've never smoked, never drank, never did anything. And those are all wonderful avenues to shut down the voice when it pops up. That'd be a good title for this one, The Voice. Instead of, what title did I actually choose? I think I said, what's the actual title I wrote down? Oh, Relating Treasure Hunting to God. Oh, that sounds a little bit more spiritual. I don't know. All right, off the rabbit trail. Got the notes. We're going back. All right. Covered time, covered relationships, tied them together, relationship with God. You spend more time with it. And however you do that, it's up to you. Again, I don't have all the answers. I'm just saying, if you find yourself, like I found myself, spending hours a day with graph paper and notes, your murder board with string all over the place, and at the end of the day, and it may not even be God. I mean, there was times I was in a treasure hunt and starting my own treasure hunt at the same time, and between both of those, I neglected my wife. I mean, I'll come out and say it. I mean, there was times when I know she didn't feel as valued as I wanted her to feel, and in my head I can try to justify it. I'm doing this for us, right? But at the end of the day, I mean, it doesn't justify my actions, because that's a relationship that I value. So if that's all you're getting out of this is just, hey, your loved ones, don't neglect them. Don't, mother, father, brother, sister, wife, husband, good friend. It's easy to get caught up in things. I've got an addictive personality. What's the term? Hyperfixation. That's me. I do that. I get all in, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's video games. I mean, all in my past, I've done each one of those. So I really appreciate YouTube for hosting this. I mean, these are just my own thoughts, and I'm sure I'm going to come back to. And I'm not a huge writer. I like to sketch and draw. I don't really like to write. And data costs money on the phone. I think I've got the mid or lower tier iPhone with the data qualities. So it's awesome that YouTube does this. It just allows me to get my thoughts out, get my voice out, and it hosts it for me. And if other people want to look at it and want to share, that's cool too. But if they want to train an AI to figure out who I am and develop ads better, who knows? They probably are. But we're down another rabbit hole. Time, relationships, belief. All right. What you believe in, no matter what your words say, your actions are going to dictate whether you truly do or don't. I believe in God. You do. That's awesome. I do too. All right. Nice. Sweet. Found it. Bop. What do you have to show? What receipts do you have for your time that show that? Again, I'm not talking church. I'm not talking sitting down somewhere, because that's not me. Believe me, I've prayed a few times until I just got the answer, stop asking, and that's fine. I don't want to be on this schedule, but this is where I am right now. Nowhere Well, I'm not going to go down that road. But where do you spend your time? Hey, I've been more intentional. I try to read the Bible each and every day, spend time in the mornings or in the afternoons or at nights, whenever, answering those questions when that voice comes into my head. Because think about it this way. I love the analogy of husband and wife relationship with your creator, with you and God. All right. I think there's a lot of parallels to it, and I love it. And it works for most examples. All right. Uh, your wife calls. Your husband calls. Ignore. Busy right now. They text. Ignore. Busy right now. They call again. I'm busy right now. And then, the 30 minutes before bed comes. Oh, this is my time to spend with them. I put this down. Call them up. Hey, it's me. This is our time together. I put it down. I got it in my calendar. Every day before bed, 30 minutes, I'm going to reach out and contact you. How would that go with your girlfriend, wife, significant other, your partner? Oh, wake up in the morning. Oh, okay. Wake up in the morning. All right, it's time. Send my good morning babe text, heart kissy face. All right, that's done for the day. Go out the rest of the day. And it's just, it's so amazing. This is why, no one is a better forgiver. No one is more patient. No one is more kind than God. Right? He's the all-star at it. Because when you do call at 30 minutes before bed, he doesn't leave you on red. He doesn't ignore you. He's going to pick up and he's going to answer. And he's going to try his best. I don't know how deep I want to go into this, but I think most of us have been in what they call toxic relationships before. That person treats you terribly, but whenever they do reach out, because you're trying so hard to make it work, or you're so head over heels in a relationship you shouldn't be in, you still pick up, you still try to reach back. All right. We're the toxic ones in that example. If you haven't gotten that, we're the toxic ones. And he loves us so much that he's gonna still try to make it work. But I think that analogy holds pretty well. All right. You can't hit ignore. You can't ignore that voice. You can't ignore that text. You can't ignore the call every single time it comes through and expect your relationship to progress anywhere. Because I think that's what this is all about, progressing. All right. And that's how I judge in my life. Am I in a better spot now with my relationship with God than I was yesterday? Do I want to be better tomorrow? I think those are pretty good goals to have. All right, rabbit hole done and explored. Bring back my notes. All right, we're wrapping this up. I think the point that I was always trying to say is time is going by faster and faster than ever. I found this true in myself. Most people I've talked to that grow older, it's true for them too. The days just go by. We're already in December. Wait, are we? Yeah. 2024. Done and gone, in the books. Got a new one coming up. I'm 37. Where'd the time go? And we all have, a finite amount. We don't know how much time. I don't know when the day is I'm going to open the wallet and there's no more dollar bills to pay out. I don't know when I'm going to try to spend more time doing something and, hey, you're done. That's it. That's all the time you had. All right. I'm not going to stop treasure hunting unless he tells me to. But I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to make my clue videos. I'm still going to read JCB's book, a book written by a man. And I'm still going to try to figure him out. I'm still going to try to share clues with everybody. I'm going to try to, help someone find the first box. Maybe after the first one is found, then I'll be a little bit more quiet with my own clues. But I'm also going to read the Bible more. I'm also going to, answer that voice. I'm going to initiate it more. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to call. I'm not going to just say, hey, I need something. No one wants to be that person in a relationship, only contacting the other person when they need something. That's what it is. It's a relationship, right? I'm going to initiate. I'm going to answer when they call back. Hey, how you doing? Well, this is what I'm doing. This is what's going on in my mind. This is what, I'm worried about. Help me out with it. Hey, I have this coming up. hey, this person is going through a tough time, can you help them out? It's a relationship, it's a conversation throughout the day. It's I started this with saying that, okay, so I did lie. All right. I started by saying that this video is not a treasure hunt. It's nothing to do with treasure. I mean, but it really is. If you think about it, I mean, it's the best, biggest, most ultimatist treasure hunt there is. It's immortality. It's eternal life. It's that's first place. That's the prize. And there's not just one. Everybody can have it. And it doesn't cost anything. It's free to enter. The moment you were born and took a breath, you're in. You're in the game. That's it. You don't gotta. There's no $100 registration fee. There's no $20 entry fee. It's what you're in. You're in it. You're playing right now, whether you know it or not. I mean, it's the same with the treasure that I put out in the park, the treasure that JCB put out in the park. People hike by it all the time. It's there. They don't know about it because no one told them about the book. No one told them, hey, did you know there's a treasure hunt going on? No, I'm just out here walking my dog. I mean, but that doesn't change the fact that there's gold out there. So we're all in this hunt. We're in it together. All right. So there's no need to be competitive. It's not like there's just one person can win. Heaven doesn't have a slot of like, all right, the first five, the first five to find my treasure, get to know me, are in. Everybody else, good luck. No, man, there's no need to be competitive. I'm trying to share any notes and clues that I get. The pastor, he shares clues and notes that he get. You share clues that you get with your friends. Read the book. And the best part about it is the author, man, if I could read JCB's treasure hunt book and like call him up and ask him, hey, I'm on page 230. I'm looking at this picture. I don't know what it is, man. You want to help me out? And then he's like, oh yeah, sure, man. But that's what God does, Hey, I'm reading this Bible and it's gibberish. I don't understand any of it. Hey, there's easy to read versions. It's in every single language that you could ever want. You want me to break it down millennial style? I'm sure there's a millennial Bible out there. Whatever helps. All right, so I've got the Bible. It's the picture Bible. It's with little pictures and stories, and I'm still not understanding it. No problem. Let me help you. Here's what I meant to say. And he does that for anyone. You don't have to be special. Because that's how awesome he is. So I think that's all I got to say for now. If you did watch this video and if you made it through, congratulations. Thank you. But this video, it's not, I'm not trying to go viral. I'm not trying to get views. This is for, it's just one person. Just one person that needs this video. And it might not even be, you're getting this massive revelation from it. This is just a gentle, because most of the time the voice is a gentle voice. This is a gentle, hey, at one point in your life, we used to talk. Now, we don't talk anymore. What's going on? I'm here, talk to me. That's what this video is for one person. And yeah, they're going to watch it, they're going to get it, and this will be worth it, right? Because I'm not here to be the next Jake Paul, to be the next, I don't know, Mr. Beast. Those are just the two names that popped in my head. I'm not endorsing any of them. But I'm here just trying to follow the voice in my head. And for this period of time in my life, I don't know how long, but it tells me to, hey, go on YouTube, make YouTube videos. Yes, sir. Hey, put some gold out in the woods, in the desert. Right on, yes, sir. And if next week it's, hey, shut it all down, just go back to work at the warehouse. Yes, sir. Because, he takes care of me. He always has. He always will. That's just what I believe. You spend time doing what you believe. If you say you believe something, but the way you spend your time doesn't back it up, you don't really believe. If you say you believe something and how you spend your time backs it up, then you believe. All right, that's enough of that. Thanks for watching. All right, God bless. I think that's how you're supposed to end these things.